All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, brother. I'm doing all right. Hopefully, everybody else is as well.
All right, excellent. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's see what we had yesterday. Let's start here with BNGO. Let's see what's happening there. Let's get our charts in place. And I know I already see everyone talking about SAVA. We'll get into that. Um, let's get into this 5 minute. Here we go from yesterday. Not that. Yeah, this is it right here. Yep. Okay. All right. So BNGO, guys, very active in the pre-market. We saw this taking off. It looked great. At the market open, it just lost all that momentum. You did get an opportunity for a drop here, but again, it was not clean. I mean, the pre-market compared to the pre-market was just amazing what it did there, and then into the market open just really did not do it a whole lot. That was great for BNGO. So, and then for the rest of the day, the volume just kept dying down, and it really gave you nothing, in here. So again, just not the best thing. Pre-market was where it was at. This action was great, very active, beautiful pop. I mean, this thing went from 1087, 1075 up to 1331. Right, so again, just a great move there, and then into the market open. They give you an opportunity for a drop, but that's pretty much about it. Here's INO, guys. This one was very active pre-market action, and then and it also gave you a beautiful drop here, guys. Right at the open. So it comes down, loses some of the levels we had on here for market lows, and then you can see the continuation, right? So it kind of gives you a small pullback, not aggressive back to the VWAC, but a great entry for a short here. And look at the continuation for a nice open range breakdown on the 5 minutes. So again, just pretty nice there, beautiful continuation, and it keeps going all the way down to 15 from 18. So again, if you got in good in this drop here, you would have definitely taken advantage of a beautiful run here for INO. Here's Space. Space also been very active. Also was a great short yesterday as well, guys. This thing, it was gapping, I believe, up yesterday, right? So it looked good on the daily. If I remember correctly, it looked great on the daily for a possible breakout. Did quite the opposite. Beautiful breaking down here. Beautiful breakdown here. 5 minute opening range breakdown. You also have in the 1 minute, you have a couple of great patterns that formed as well towards the short side. You lost a lot of levels like this 56.04. We talk about losing these pre-market levels. That was it there. And look at just the beautiful drop. This thing just continues to trade nicely here. And then it does give you another opportunity, right? Again, you don't want, if you missed a good entry, you don't want to chase it, obviously. It does come back to the moving average. Another great entry for a short down here as it's breaking down again. And here goes another drop on Space yesterday. So again, very clean, guys, on Space. Really traded very well. Here's Uber. Uber got going very early on, a couple of minutes before our market open. We saw Uber with a lot of volume coming in pretty heavy in the pre-market. In the intraday action at the market open, it did give you a nice pop. Got a little choppy between after that first 5 minutes. After that, it did give you another breakout here. So again, a little bit of a bull flag, not the cleanest bull flag we've seen here, but again, a nice breakout towards 57. And then from there, just did nothing else. Like BNGO, same thing here, guys. Just chopped around the entire day after that. Here's Workhorse. Now Workhorse, again, you got an initial drop here. You did lose. Well, the good thing about Workhorse is you lost some levels we had in our pre-market action. And we talk about losing, again, these pre-market lows and pre-market highs. When you go through them and you're looking with some volume, you can trend very nicely in that direction. We saw that with Workhorse yesterday, and then you also got a continuation after that on Workhorse. But it seemed like, again, a lot of stocks later in the day just kind of went flat. Usually stocks that are in play early in the morning do give you a nice continuation into the day. They'll either do a nice reversal. They'll have something, but a lot of stocks yesterday didn't quite do that towards the end of the day, at least the ones we were watching. Guys, we talked about BABA, and this is my regret trade because I knew BABA was clean yesterday. It was definitely in play, and just look how beautiful this thing traded into the market open. Lost the 260 level of the pre-market low, so if you missed the open range breakup on the 5 minute here, and also even the 15, you had this beautiful breakdown of this level here and the great continuation. So again, just amazing. You also, if you look at the 1 minute, you do have a reverse ABCD pattern in here as well. Just a whole lot going on with BABA yesterday. Traded very nice into the market open. So that was our watch list. I know yesterday, for those that missed it, we had an amazing webinar by Thor. That recording should be up today. And we were talking about Sava. Again, Sava later in the day just completely took off here. Norm, do you know what the new? I didn't know. I never looked up the news on what actually took this off.
On what?
On Sava,
On what?
SAVA.
Oh, you're asking me about something yesterday, not today, huh?
Not today, no. It might throw you off. I got to throw Norm
Yeah.
off before he goes on his vacation next week.
They had a drug treatment. I mean, it's a biotech. They had a drug treatment. I think it was for Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
So,
so again, it's taken
bottom
off.
line.
A lot of people in the chat were talking about this one. It was very very active yesterday. We'll see what it does today. It got a little bit of volume, is up quite a bit. We'll see what happens there. Let's get to our market pulse this morning. Norm, what do we have as far as the market?
Yeah, so up 1/3% on the SPY, up just 2/3% on the Qs. Big night for earnings last night. Amazon and Google reporting. Both had strong results. Amazon's up 2%. Of course, it was also announced that Jeff Bezos is going to no longer be the CEO. He's stepping down from that. He'll still have a big part in the company. Executive chairman, I believe, will be the title will hold, and the person that runs AWS, their cloud service, is going to be taking over the CEO position. They're up 2% this morning on their earnings news, and then Google reported as well. They're up just a little bit over 7% this morning. So both strong hints make sense why the Qs are up more than the SPY. We are up. Qs actually went to all-time high here in the pre-market. They pulled back a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if these hold. It will be telling after these strong reports that they had how they act. So be sure to keep an eye on the QQQ today. And those big tech stocks and see if those, because they've kind of they haven't they were extremely strong, and then for the last couple of months they've kind of underperformed things a bit. So it'll be interesting if they start to kick back into gear after last night. That having been said, we had the ADP employment report come out for January. That was 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. Quite a bit stronger than last month, stronger than predicted. Fed speaker Neil Kashkari is going on right now. He's talking. And then let's see here. We've got services PMI 945 and 10 o'clock services index, and then Fed speakers scattered throughout the afternoon. So,
All right, excellent. Thank you for that. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's look at our watch list for this morning, see what we have in play here, starting with what's gapping up today, which, again, our list on both ends just seem to keep growing here. The last couple of days, we really have a whole lot to go through. So we'll do as usual, our top 5 or 6. Although this morning's top 5 or 6 are all low flow stocks. 5 million, 11, 31, not so much, 1.4, 1.8, and 7.6. So let's go through those quickly and see if we find anything that actually looks good. So first, let's remove all our tickers from yesterday's list. And we'll make some new columns in here, some new rows for our watch list this morning. And with that said, let's start with gapping up. So SINO, this one is up nicely, 227.30, 15. It's just bouncing around all over the place here. Percent this morning with some really good volume. This is a 5 million shares flow, guys, so definitely in play right now. Started to get going about 15 minutes ago. You can see some action starting up here, so we'll add it on here. We'll come back to that one. Again, extremely low flow stock, guys. Just look at the move here. That
is relegated to the bottom of the bottom list. That's a shipper. They low float shippers go crazy at times, and that's what's going on there.
Yeah, we definitely seen these stocks do that type of stuff. So be careful, guys. Again, I know it looks great right now if you had an amazing entry here, if you were to get one, but just be very careful. I mean, look at this thing from $8 to 17 in a matter. Let's look at the 1 minute, just for it's a couple of minutes. In a minute, it went from 8 to 17, right? So just be very careful with that one. All right, bring it back to our 5 minutes. So we'll put it on the low flow for the day here for right now, but again, very risky. SLS is up 50% this morning, not moving as crazy as the one we just saw here, but they are up 50%, 7.8 million shares traded right now. So 11 million shares flow. This seems a little bit more manageable, actually, the way it's trading right now. Good pre-market action at the moment. We'll keep it here. This probably makes sense to have us a low flow stock if you're looking to trade that this morning. And this is one that has popped up in the past too. I don't recall what it looked like here in these days, but even before this, we've seen SLS pop up like this before. I don't want to go back and spend too much time on it, but again, definitely great pre-market action this morning and a lot more manageable for 11 million shares float. GWPH doesn't look great, guys. Looks like a possible buyout.
That's a buyout.
Yeah,
it is
okay.
a buyout. But I'll tell you, we've got two things going on in the marijuana sector. So this is a buyout in the marijuana sector. Pop this thing up 46%. There are others you'll see as you go down the list. Some other weed stocks, Tilray's in there, and you'll see ACB's in there. Afria. So a few of those in here trading based off a little sympathy there, and also some legislation possibilities here in the States. So
I do like the way I looked at quickly at Afria. This one does look real nice this morning, guys. I do like the daily on that one. Volume is great, up 7.4. So I'm going to add this one to my list. We'll take a look at the other ones too. TLRY's on here, also looking pretty decent, very similar to Afria, but I think Afria trades better at times. But we'll put this one as a secondary for now. Might not stay there. I don't want to watch everything just past stocks today, but we'll keep an eye on that one. And there was another one you mentioned. I think that's where it's funny. CRON used to be very active before, and not as much right now. At least not trading all that great. But that's another one there also. All right, thank you for that, Norm. Let's go down to CPSH this morning. Pre-market action is up 30%, 370. Their daily is not great. Could be a good positive if it gets going. Flow is 8.1. All right, so it's a lower flow stock at 8.1. This is not good. If this was not a low flow stock, this could have looked better, but for a low flow stock, you want to see a lot more volume trading nicely. So again, for 8.1, that's not looking good. We can remove that one from there. If it gets better, we can come back to it. Here's cost. This one, it is up 30%, 653,000 shares traded at the moment. Let's take a look at, bless you, Andrew. Norm. Let's take a look at cost here.
Thank you.
Cost, man, this is horrible. Look at how it traded that day yesterday. So it hasn't been trading well. It was fun here, guys. A lot of fun in this first day. We talk about that first day being the one that trades the cleanest. I'm not going to add this one today. I don't see anything great on it. ENLV, this one here, guys, not looking all that good neither. Unless there are any catalysts behind this, I don't see it great right now. The pre-market action is really all over the place on this one. Also, another 7.6 million shares flow. So let's skip on that one for now. We got a lot of low flow stocks.
Biotech, they had some clinical trial results that came out. COVID stuff.
All right, so we'll skip on down for now, guys. Again, doesn't look great, but we'll see if it gets better if it hits our scanners. All right, so again, a lot of low flows taking over our list here at the start of it. Let's see what else we have. We have anything that's not a low flow. GNR doesn't look good. Very choppy pre-market action, as you can see here. It is up 17%, but not looking good as far as volume and everything else. Price action. CGNX also following that same route. Doesn't look very good here. Is up nicely 14%, but not a great pre-market action. TLRY, we do have, this does look very good. TLRY and Afria both looking, APHA looking very nice this morning. Good volume, up 7.4, and a slight catalyst there, as Norm mentioned earlier. CLNE, not so great. FU2U does actually look good.
Buddy.
back at me, right? This one actually does look interesting. The breakout here is nice. Again, just the managing the risk on this one is the problem. We'll add it on here, but you got to be careful.
The volume there is so spotty, brother.
Yeah, right.
Look at that on the 1 minute. I know you look at a 5 and a daily on here, but if I'm looking on a 1 minute and I'm looking at volume per minute, I'm seeing 1,100 shares traded. Yeah, that's terrifying to me.
Yeah, and also the spread, although it looks nice now, it's not trading that clean. I agree with you, Norm, 100%. So I'm gonna take that one off, guys. Try to give it a chance.
It might trade great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but it's got to get volume to convince me.
Yeah, it might. We'll leave it. Yeah, we'll leave it. It might trade well. I do like the breakout on here, but again, it's just, even if it trades well, it all comes down to managing your risk, right? That's the number one thing we have to do as traders, and I don't know how you do it with this type of stock with the way it's moving. So let's just take a look quickly at how it did yesterday. You did get a couple of breakouts here. We'll have to see. All right, let's stop here, guys. Oh, wait, let's look at GameStop and AMC. We cannot have a pre-market show without those two nowadays.
This is the ghost, by the way, that people said opened my door a minute ago.
Ah, there he is. Oh, nice. Beautiful. So GameStop is up 6.2, guys. 2.1 million shares traded here. So we'll put it here as entertainment purposes, although it's not as fun anymore. AMC, let's take a look at what's happening with AMC here. AMC is up 7%, 8.8 million shares traded. Now this one you can take a couple of scalps and stabs on AMC. So this is a little more manageable. You know, it's not going to drop on you, you know, $5-6. This is a good one to watch. I like this one this morning. They're up nice. They got some volume. Let's take a look at that one. And we do not have shares for short. It is on short selling restriction. But either way, if we get a nice pop here, we can take a scalp on it with no problem, get a couple of cents move on it. That's all you can expect on something like this. All right, let's see what's gapping down today. VXRT this morning is starting to drop nicely. Had a good day yesterday. Very nice day yesterday. Let's take a look at that. And I think I took this off my list. Yeah, if I don't recall. But again, nice double bottom here in the intraday here with nice breakout of the moving averages and the VWAP. This traded very well. Very active this pre-market. Let's add it on here. VXRT. We'll keep an eye on that one. NTN. NTN. This one is down 15% this morning. Daily is horrible. Lower price stock. It is a 2 million shares flow, so we'll skip it. Doesn't look good at all now. Now that I see that, X used to be good, man. We used to trade X all the time, a year or so. This morning they're actually very active. I like the daily. They lost this area of about 17 or so. Great level of support the last couple of days. They're down 7.8. Great volume. Any news, Norm, on steel?
Steel this morning, I have not seen. They priced a secondary offering yesterday, but I'm not seeing anything. Made a secondary, got priced, so that's, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. Usually not the best catalyst, but the daily and the pre-market action, not bad for steel. Again, they don't move a whole lot, but we'll see. Here's Spot. Spotify, again, another one that this was very, very choppy, guys. Spread could be nasty at times, so I'm not going to add it on here. You can see here they've been consolidating between 350 and 321, but for the most part, we'll add it as a. I'm not going to add it as a possible, but if you do like this one, you can add it on there. HYLN, this one this morning consolidating between 1750 and 16, but horrible daily. Pre-market does look better, but their daily's not looking good at all. Their daily's really all over the place here. I'm on the fence on that one. Maybe a possible. Let's see. All right, I'm going to stop here, guys. Norm, what do you like this morning?
Much, brother. Still looking.
Okay.
Might keep an eye on Apple.
Yeah.
It's got volume this morning. There's no gap, but I'm just curious if it possibly that changes with the reports of the other big tech this morning. If those companies start to come back into favor, that one could move a little bit.
Okay.
So.
All right, yeah. Let's add Apple on here. This is good. Let's take a look at our chat room right over here. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, let's start with you guys. See what you can bring this over so I can see better. Okay, here it is. So let's start with Jeff. Jeff, PLTR. All right, let's see what we got here.
PLTR is decent. I don't for today. It's a decent one. It's not my favorite trading stock. It jumps around a bit, but
yeah. So we have PLTR here, guys. This one does look good in the pre-market, but you're right, Norm. It is a tough stock to trade at times, but we'll add it on here. Let's see what happens. That one is on deck, guys. Thank you, PLTR. Plug. Let's take a look at Plug, see what we have there. Daily's just been real choppy the last couple of days. Pre-market action, they're up 1%. Not a clean pre-market action, only 168. But we know Plug. You can put in a very bad pre-market action. We'll have to see in the intraday how it does. I see what you're looking at. This daily shows signs of a possible breakout coming or breakdown. It could go either way. But we're not there yet. I'm not seeing anything that's looking overly great on this one at the moment. So we'll put that one on as a possible for now. POTR, we do have Edwin, CCIV. I personally do not like, but they are active here, down 1% this morning. 2.9 million shares traded. We got to add this to our list and see where that takes us this morning. CCIV, and also Their daily is okay, not bad, not bad. All right, let's take a look at Mara today. Lydia is giving us Mara. Mara this morning, we do have, we're up 3.2 right now. Pre-market actions, okay. I like the daily on Mara, but again, it's just these Bitcoin type stocks. I mean, they don't trade well for intraday. For me personally, I haven't had any luck with them. So, but we'll add Mara as a possible. I do like the daily here for a possible breakout. I'm not sure what's going on with the rest of the Bitcoin stuff, but we'll add Mara here for the moment. PLTR, we do have Amir is giving us Oxy. Let's take a look at Oxy. Oxy, I'm not seeing anything great right now on Oxy. I don't think it is in play. It is up 2%, but we've seen Oxy trade a lot better when it is somewhat in play or active. I'm not seeing that today on the charts.
I might keep that on the side.
Yeah,
Oxy,
Oxy.
a lot of times Oxy isn't as good pre-market, and then it can move during the day.
Yeah, we'll add it. We'll add it to the possible here. Oxy, we definitely have space today. Let's take a look. Oops, I lost my spot. Apologies, guys. I lost my spot, so I'm going to continue here with Mike giving us, actually Jeremy giving us Disney. Disney this morning, pretty light on the volume. Disney today. Again, they had a nice little breakout type day yesterday out of this 173. Possible continuation, but at the moment, unless they have a catalyst or they get volume, right? If anything gets volume, like some stuff, could, like Nora mentioned, they could look pretty bad and, you know, trade well. Like Oxy's one of them where, you know, it can look bad and for the most part trade very good. There's a couple of stocks that do that. I don't think Disney's one of them, though, to be honest. I don't think Disney's the type of stock that just starts trending in one way without any type of volume or catalyst. BNGO, very active pre-market action, 1.4 million shares traded. We are down a little bit, about points, not much, pretty much flat at the moment. Yeah, possible continuation on BNGO. We'll keep that on there. Continuation play, because it didn't do a whole lot yesterday at the market open. Let's look at BB today. What does BB have for us? 1.4 million down, 1.3. They've been taking a hit the last couple of days. It's funny, every time they gapped up on these couple of days, they've been selling down. So today they're not gapping up. They're down 1.3. So yeah, it could be interesting on the daily for a possible breakdown. We do not have shares for sure with our broker, at least not with IB. So that's a shame because this looks great for a possible breakdown if it can get down there. So I'm going to add it on here. We'll take a second look at that. All right, Disney, we looked at it. Earnings coming up on Disney. Okay, so that could be interesting. On Thursday. Here is Snap. What's going on with Snap? So 430,000. We got a crazy candle just coming in here. Some volume being dropped in there. A couple of orders. Their daily looks great, guys. How did it trade yesterday? Let's take a look. Yesterday, pretty nice actually. Yesterday, they get going later in the afternoon part of the day here. So pretty nice on Snap there. You know, that is all-time high. Is that what that is? Okay, that could be interesting. That could be interesting. We'll add as a possible. Yep, Snap is good. All right, guys, we're going to stop here. I'm going to take a VXRT we do have on deck. That's good. Baba for possible. I want to check Baba out. Let's see. Baba. Yeah, wow, look at the sell-off. And then right back up this morning to this same area again. I got to tell you, that is very interesting on the daily. I'm going to add Baba. That is very, very interesting. And they traded so well yesterday as well. All right, let's pick a few from YouTube. What do we have? Tesla, the real Tesla, is on here, and their daily does look amazing. Pre-market action, not so much, but look at the way we're slamming up against this area of resistance here. That has been the resistance for what, since we're looking at January 1st, no, 8th. Look at this, just slamming up against that. So that could be interesting if we could break out, test some of these highs over here at 901. Their pre-market action is not there yet, but they will get the volume at the market open. So, a matter of fact, are they going to break
That's
out
the real
that?
Tesla, not the fake Tesla like yesterday.
Is the real Tesla, baby, not the TLSA, whatever that
$5 Tesla.
The $5 Tesla, a couple of $100 less. So yeah, guys, this is looking good on the daily, but the pre-market is not quite there at the moment. SINO, we do have. This is a low flow stock, guys. Again, just this is, you know what? This is not even tradable. I don't think this is tradable. I really don't. I don't see how you can trade this effectively without risking a whole lot or finding a pattern. So again, just don't be fooled by this. This thing was up 200 something. Now it's down 100% is only up 114. So just look at the way this thing is moving. I don't think this is tradable really, the way we trade. So I'm gonna just remove it, guys. I don't want to be even tempted to look at something like that. Let's look at pins this morning. What do we have? Pins, not a great pre-market action, but they tend not to put in the best pre-market action and still trade very well. They are up 3.3 this morning, getting above all this consolidation point here, all this nastiness. So that's nice. All-time highs with this one or what? Yeah, that could be interesting. But I'm not going to add it to my list because, again, the pre-market's not quite there yet. But we'll be looking for this one in our scanners, and I hope someone, one of the moderators or someone in the community, you guys, if you guys are watching and you see something great, throw it back out to us. Great thing about being part of a community. We could have several people who's looking at something and kind of filtering stuff out. UWMC, no, this is very choppy. The daily doesn't look great, and the pre-market's not there neither. So very choppy pre-market action, but I don't like the daily neither on this one, so we'll skip that one. BNGO, we do have, I believe, yes, BNGO is here. Great pre-market action, great volume this morning. That's on there. Norm, why don't you don't like to trade SPACs? It's not that we don't like to trade SPACs. I think it's just they trade different. A little bit different, right? You could have some good moves. We've seen them do some good stuff before.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind quick trades on SPACs, especially if it's a well-known one.
Right.
There's a couple of things that go on with that. It's just like recent IPOs. A lot of times we stay away from them for a little bit until the price settles out. We can get some decent levels. It's the same thing with SPACs. And I'm careful with them. Any kind of long term, even anything over day trading, I don't like them. Because there will be a day, the SPAC madness that's gone on, and I probably sound like an old man saying this, but there's such a lack of due diligence done in these compared to the normal IPO process that I'm concerned that at some point down the line, a lot of these will get called out for some sort of fraud or funny business going on, bringing things public without all that goes into a traditional IPO. Not all of them, but some of them. So.
All right, guys, with that said, I think we got a pretty nice list and a lot to go through today.
I knew it was coming. I got an okay boomer in the chat.
You got it? Okay.
Yep.
By who? Who gave it to you? Oh, there it is.
Shane B.
All right, guys, let's go over to announcements. We'll come back and take a look at this list.
All right, guys. Thor's webinar should be up very soon today, and then one more time, we'll get the announcement correct on this for tomorrow. But Carlos, can you hop on and explain what the next week's is?
Yeah, so next week we have Andy Kushner. He is from a trading firm. He's also a trader himself. So we're going to be doing a Q&A with him next week on for a success webinar. So definitely tune in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Same time, 8 p.m. Eastern time next week on Tuesday.
And then the week after that is Peter talking about share sizing. All right, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, we've got Dr. Kenneth Reed talking about the magic of trend lines. This is kind of a cross between a success webinar, a strategy webinar, and a psychology webinar. So be sure to check that out this evening. Next week, special time, CREDA, 5 p.m. Eastern, talking about jigsaw puzzles and getting your mental edge together. If you want to participate in the member trade of the day, trade of the week, take a screenshot of your best trade. It obviously should have entries and exits on it. Also provide any commentary you can on the strategy. Post it on Twitter, tag at BearBullTraders, at Mike_BBT, and at NormBBT. Also use hashtags BBT family, day trading, and stock market. We will look through those and choose the trade of the day. That'll be announced on Twitter and in the closing bell show in the afternoons. And then we take all of the winners from trade of the day. The team votes over the weekend, and the winner for trade of the week will be announced on Monday in the closing bell show and on Twitter. If you're looking to try out the chat room, use the promo code PREMARKET24, give you access to the onboarding class. Carlos does every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern live. Also, 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the chat room. And the 40% off annual elite promo, that code is still active, New Year 40.
All right, thank you very much. No, I appreciate that. Let me see what we got here. Hold on a second. Did I miss my? Okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Loud and clear, brother.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, I had my mic unmuted. Didn't know if I'd unmuted it. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's get to it. Let's start with Alpha. APHA here, so let's see what we got going on. This one looks very good, guys. I do like the daily on this one, so we'll keep that one on there. AMC starting to break out nicely here. Look at this, guys. A good volume coming in there, breaking the pre-market high, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that one. VXRT, this one's dropping down nicely here as well, guys, so very, very active this morning. We do have short shares for short on that one, so that's good. Here's X. I do like the daily and the possible breakdown here on X. I think I'm going to keep this one. Apple is good. PLTR is very good. CCIV, I'm going to move CCIV down. I think it's active, but for the most part, probably at more of a possible. So CCIV will come down here, so that's good. We have BABA in place, which again, I like the fact that we're right back up against this after selling down all the way to 255. We're right back up to where we closed 2 days ago. And you can clearly tell this 265, a great area of resistance. Man, this is a nice move for BABA for a possible breakout. Here is Snap. So Snap, again, hitting all-time highs, but pre-market's not great. So we'll keep it as a possible. BNG also a good one. Mara, I think I'm going to remove because we have way too many. TLRY, I'm going to remove this one, but we have APHA up here, which also looking very good. So keep in mind the rest of the pod stocks, if they come up on our scanners. I'm going to remove it from our secondary list. FU2U also still not looking great. I still don't know how you're going to manage the risk on that one. So even if it gets better, I don't see how the risk management part is going to be in check there. HYLN, the more I look at this, the worse it looks. So let's get rid of it. Compared to everything else that we just went through, we have a lot of stocks that look great. Now, Plug is a sleeper for today because, again, it's not looking great. It should not be on our list, not even on our secondary list. But we've seen the breakouts this thing can put in. So I'm going to keep it on here just in case. That could be our sleeper today. Let's see what happens there. Oxy is good, and also BB is very, very active. So you got a couple of active ones here within our secondary list that you can add to your main list. But for our main list here, we have APHA, we have AMC looking really good here. VXRT just really taking a hit here, already down 50%. Wow. X consolidating there, trying to hold that level. Apple is good, and also PLTR. All right, perfect. Let's start right here with PLTR. Let's get some levels in. So high of the pre-market right now being posted right by the low of 2 days ago, right on there, that 32.60 on the dot. So below that, the low of the pre-market at the moment is going to be 31.39. But we do have a great level here that we want to mark down, guys. 31.51. You can tell how much touches we have on that level. Was resistance later in the late in the night last night here. You can tell, and then also this morning a lot of support happening at that 31.51, so let's mark that there. And then you're surrounded between the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days on the PLTR. Just be careful with this one. Again, it can be very whippy, it can change directions very fast, and drop or pop, very aggressive. So just be mindful of that. Here is Apple. Apple right now, it's pre-market low is basically the low of the pre-market, 135. So again, do not need to mark that on to that 135 for the pre-market low is perfect. As far as pre-market highs, you do have all the way up there, 133.88. So that looks good. You got a couple of levels in here from the last 2 trading days. So looking outside of the bigger picture, on the daily, if we go down here, we do have a great level here, 133, and also all the way down here. Just going to mark it down. I don't think we'll get there, 132.47, but anything's possible here. So that's Apple. Next we have X right now. I do love the level where the price action is battling right now, the 1620. So let's mark the level there at the moment. It might not be the low of the day for long, as this thing looks like it wants to break down, but you do want to keep that level on there for you. So above that, we do have 1696. We'll throw a level there as well. That one is good. Pre-market high, basically the low from yesterday right up to the penny, and then above that, the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. So pretty good there. As far as towards the bottom below the price action, we have a date right over here around 1588, 1586, and then another one right here. Got a consolidation right here happening, resistance and support at 1473. So Pretty good stuff on X there right now, guys. I do like the pre-market action and the fact that we lost the 1750 on X here. We do have shares for sure as well. Here's X, guys. I mean, VXRT. This one is just tanking nicely. Low of the pre-market right now, 1065. Below that, we do have a great level down here as well, over at a 948. Another one all the way down here at 831. And then towards the top, guys, you have your highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, creating some pretty good levels up there. I don't think you need to really mark anymore on the way up there. I will throw a level here though at 1201. Just throw a level right on there, guys. See what's going to happen there. Again, I know these levels look very close and very tight, but if you look closely, that's $1, another dollar, another dollar. So these levels are $1 apart for a stock that's trading at 11 bucks. That is a big move. So don't get fooled by just looking at the chart and seeing, okay, it's just a small candle. Look to the right and see how those dollars are moving. These are very big moves that VXRT is putting in right now, guys. I mean, the high of the pre-market this morning was almost at 25. We're now at 1065. So very careful with that one, but again, looking very active this morning. Here's AMC. Let's remove some of our older levels. Let's get some fresh new ones in here. High of the pre-market 909, the low of the pre-market down at a 662, and then we're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days at the moment. So pretty good stuff there. We can also mark this one here, 1171. That's a good one. Couple of days kind of touching that 1171. And then towards the bottom, if we were to look at past the low of yesterday, maybe we have this one here, 522. Yep, that's it. So that's AMC. Again, very active right now. Was selling down in the pre-market towards the previous day close, and then somehow found some wings here and is taking off nicely. APHA getting a little bit of a rejection above this 1589 to be exact, the high of the pre-market. So again, struggling to get above that in the pre-market, but very active this morning, up 5.7, 1.3 million. Also keep in mind, what's the other one, TLRY, also very active, 3 million on this one. It is up 8%. So either one of these two are looking very good today. Very similar pre-market action on both. I'm going to watch APHA myself here, but you can also watch TLRY. It's very good. Where the price action is kind of touching right now, 1552, you can mark that level. You also got a lot of support happening here as well, and it was almost close to resistance yesterday after hours. So again, I'm going to mark that there, that 1552. Let's see if we're going to get a major bounce, a change in direction out of that level that we are sitting on right now. So above that, I think we were higher on this in the past. We have all-time highs. I don't think we are. But maybe I gotta go really far back. I'm not gonna go that far back. So, you know what? Let's do the monthly. Oh no, maybe this is all-time high. I could have thought this thing would have been higher when all the madness was happening with all the past stocks, but I guess not. I guess this is all-time high, right, guys? 1590 on area resistance from 2018. Okay. All right, thank you for that. All right, so we're basically right there. So we'll see. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what's goes on with APHA. All right, that is what we have. Let's take a look at our moderators lineup. Let's see what's going on there. Let's bring in our visuals today here. Okay, let's start with, here we go. Who do we have first? We have Eamon. All right, so let's bring over here. All right, there we go. So Eamon, this morning you are watching Tesla, NNDM, Zoom, NEO, secondary, Riot, and Plug. And Peter, IPOs for today, ONTF, TIXT will be opening up today. Thor is watching PLTR, SAVA, TLRY, and BABA as well. We're all looking very good this morning. Tiffany's looking at TLRY, VXRT, PLTR, and Apple. Brian is looking at TLRY, VXRT, X, Space, and also AMC. Mike is looking at BABA for his break of high scanners. Also, Peter's looking at AMD, TRY, VXRT, secondary list X, SAVA, AMC, SLS, and also Apple there. John is looking at BABA, Amazon, small, obviously. Okay. Yep. And Jared's looking at some MJ sectors here. Of course, that'll be Alpha, CRN, TRY. Those all looking pretty good this morning, very active. Tesla, BABA, SLS, and TYME. Low flow stocks, will be very careful this morning with those. All right, that is what we have. That's our moderators lineup there today, guys. So looking pretty good this morning. Just to recap, we are looking at APHA again. Both of them very active alongside with TLRY. You can watch either one of those both very good. AMC very active this morning as well. That's looking good. VXRT is just tanking, continues to go here, man. This thing is down now 55%. What's the news on this, Norm? What is taking place?
All right, I can't even talk, man.
No, I know you're not feeling well, man. Hopefully you get better, especially because you're going away. Yeah, you know,
COVID vaccine studies.
that's what it is. Didn't go well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't dug into it,
yeah, yeah.
but
Well,
that's what the catalyst is.
yeah. Well, this is insane. So again, VXRT down nicely, 55%. So we'll see what's happening there. But this is after, again, I know it's down a lot, but this is after yesterday they ran up to 25. So again, we'll see what's going on there.
Yeah, it's had a hell of a run, man.
Yeah,
You know, in the last few
right.
days, so it could very well be a sell the news deal.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
Exactly.
big drop for sell the news.
It was a very big drop. 3
So
days to get there, 1 day to come right back down. All
there's
right.
something in that isn't great. That's not
Yeah,
cured. That's not. It was a wonderful situation.
right.
Like I said, I haven't read the report, but there's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah, yep. Agree 100%.
Yeah, so that isn't good news. Matto's
Yeah,
saying it
yeah,
had T cell response but no antibodies. That's not. That isn't
yeah.
great news.
That is not great news at all. So, all right. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. But with that said, guys, we are wrapping it up.
BLNK is firing up here.
Which one?
BLNK.
BLNK Blink. Wow. Look at Blink here, guys. I'm going to add this one on here. BLNK. We'll throw that on the list here. And we'll definitely be talking about that as we continue in our chat room here. So, guys, on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will see you again tomorrow. Yeah, GameStop, I see got some stuff going on there. Just be careful with that one, of course, as you guys know. Trade safe, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.